A few weeks ago, I was lucky enough to sit down with British garden designer Jo Thompson for a wide-ranging conversation about gardens and garden design. Jo is renowned for her billowy, voluptuous, floral gardens, full of what she calls the new romantic. She has a new book out, The New Romantic Garden, and we talked a little bit about her book, and we talked about gardens in general. But today I want to highlight a conversation that we had about one of my favorite plants, and one of hers too, roses. Jo Thompson has created rose recipes for famed rose growers, David Austin Roses. And every one of her gardens is full of roses, the old romantic roses, colorful roses, roses that become part of a tapestry that just goes on and on. It's beautiful, and her garden designs are gorgeous. So today, let's talk about roses and Jo Thompson. Before we get started, I want to remind you to like this video and subscribe to this channel. And I also want to remind you that I have a Substack all about gardening. The link for that is down in the caption below. Subscribe and you'll get gardening goodness in your email box a couple times a week. I have long admired Jo Thompson's gardens. They are exactly what I would like to emulate. They are packed full of plants. They celebrate green, but they also celebrate color. And they have this whimsical romance to them that is as if it stepped off a movie set, but it's a real garden. I saw one of Jo Thompson's gardens last summer at the Chelsea Flower Show. She had an incredible show garden there, the Glass House Garden, and it was full of her signatures, all of her signatures. Lots and lots of roses, beautiful mystery in the landscape. It was glorious, and it was so cool to see it in person, to be able to become part of that landscape for even just a few minutes. Her new book, The New Romantic Garden, is a walk through some of her most celebrated gardens, and it's full of tips for home gardeners. You could easily take her ideas and translate them into whatever garden space you have, large or small. When we sat down to talk, we talked a lot about roses, and that's what I want to highlight today. I'm passionate about roses. I love them. In fact, I have a whole new section on my website and my Substack devoted just to roses. Because as a master gardener, I know that we get lots of questions about roses. For whatever reason, over the last 40 or 50 years, roses have kind of gotten a reputation for being difficult. But the thing is, if you know a few basic things about growing roses, they really aren't difficult at all. So I'm hoping that today's conversation and a few other resources that I have linked below will help you to think about your roses differently and maybe give roses a second chance. So here is a piece of my conversation with Jo Thompson about roses. So let's go back to roses, because you are a rose expert. I mean, having worked for David Austin and all of this, give us what are some tips for kind of your average homeowner? Because I will tell you, as a Colorado Master Gardener, we get tons of questions every year about roses. People are scared to grow roses.
Yeah.
They think for some reason that they're really difficult to
Yeah.
grow. So what are some of your best tips?
I hear this so much in the States. Various people I talk to say, oh no, roses are scary. So I would say stop with the pesticides for a start, because actually, okay, they get aphids, they get greenfly, but then those greenfly are great food for the early fledgling birds, and you've got to, if you leave them, they come back. I mean, I do obviously go in and squish a few of them, I get rid of them, but I'm not using the chemicals. I would say, treat them, well, before all of that, it's about getting the right variety. That's key. It's doing your research, talking to local gardeners, and finding out. I know the flower carpet series does really well, I think, in certain areas. But checking what works in your zone, and going with things that people recommend. So first of all, getting a variety that you think is going to work. Also, don't overthink pruning. I think prune your roses, but I like my roses to get big, so I was doing them in the UK maybe a week ago, and don't overthink. This can be really scary. I know, again, I used to look at rose pruning manuals and think, I just don't understand what's going on, and so I decided, I'm just, as long as I've got the timing right, how wrong can I go? And I just I try different things each year and see what happens. And having a nice mixed planting around. What used to happen with roses is that they were planted very stiffly in rose gardens with bare soil underneath, which is welcoming in all the disease. And what you want is you don't want to crowd the roses, but you want to have different perennials nearby that are attracting different pollinators, different beneficial insects, because again, they all add into the great big circle of wonderful life that will help keep pests away. And be careful with that watering. Don't overwater. Water them the first season, and also a good mulch in winter.
What do you like to use for mulch?
Compost. I use compost, yeah. I think it looks nice. I think it was easy because it's free if you're making your own, and the plants love it.
What are some of your favorite plants to put with a rose?
Oh, I'll always say salvia, geraniums, irises. I know irises do well here, don't they? And an iris and a rose is a really lovely combination with a hardy geranium underneath to carpet. And that's as simple, with maybe some bulbs coming up beforehand. It's as simple as that.
A huge thank you to Jo Thompson for sitting down and talking with me. I just loved our conversation. If you want to listen to the entire interview, click the link right here. And if you are looking for more information about roses, I have an entire rose guide on my website. That link is down below. Jo's Substack is fantastic. I highly encourage you to subscribe, and the links to her Substack and mine are also in the caption. If you have questions or comments, please drop them below and I will be sure to answer them. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Happy gardening!